on glitchless categories of speedrun. This is a bit different from the other tutorials, so if you are not a speedrunner that isn't trying to
in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice for speedrunning in the unrestricted or no air swim categories. So first of all, a note about Ogre Skip is that you should not be attempting to do Ogre Skip unless you're going for a top time, like top 10 or top 5 in the world. Anything outside of that, the time that you will save by performing Ogre Skip is not worth the number of resets that you're going to have trying to perform it. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to do it, but that's not going to make it consistent enough for runs unless you really need to save those last 30 seconds, because that's all it saves if you get it first try. Reasonably, it's more likely to save you around 15 to 20 seconds if you're pretty good at it, and even then, it's going to cost you a lot of resets on your runs. So, with that note out of the way, let's talk about that there are 3 different ways that we can set up the Ogre Skip. So the first way here is the most common way that it's done. It's basically you just stand next to the wall and then you go right from there. So this is the fastest one to reset, because all you got to do is get up next to the wall and go. If you miss it, you just go right back there to the wall and you can try again. The second setup is you can get a little bit of setup back here from the cart and then do it. So by doing this, some people have found a little more consistency with it, going back from the cart every time and resetting from there. Me personally, I haven't found it to be any more consistent, and just sort of a bit of time lost to go back and set up at the cart every time, but try it for you, see if it works, if it's enough for runs, unless you really need to save those last 30 seconds, because that's all it saves if you get it first try. Reasonably, it's more likely to save you around 15 to 20 seconds if you're pretty good at it, and even then, it's going to cost you a lot of resets on your runs. So, with that note out of the way, let's talk about that there are 3 different ways that we can set up the Ogre Skip. So the first way here is the most common way that it's done. It's basically you just stand next to the wall and then you go right from there. So this is the fastest one to reset, because all you got to do is get up next to the wall and go. If you miss it, you just go right back there to the wall and you can try again. The second setup is you can get a little bit of setup back here from the cart and then do it. So by doing this, some people have found a little more consistency with it, going back from the cart every time and resetting from there. Me personally, I haven't found it to be any more consistent, and just sort of a bit of time lost to go back and set up at the cart every time, but try it for you, see if it works. If it does help, then that little bit of time going back to the cart is worth it if you can save a couple of attempts. Last method for doing it is just the YOLO method. It's just no setup, I'm running at the wall, and I just do it. This is definitely the fastest way to do it, because there's just no setup required. You don't have to stop, you don't have to go to a particular place, you're just, I was running up the stairs anyway, I'll just go for the jump. The downside to this method is that you basically just get the one attempt at it, and if you mess up, you've kind of got to go to one of the other 2. If you just keep trying to like go back down the stairs every time, that's going to lose you way more time. This method is pretty much what you would have to do if you want to get the world record. If you really want to get it first try, I recommend you practice this. Otherwise, what I'm going to focus on for this video is going to be that first one, just right up against the wall. This is the one that's sort of the fastest to reset, and so I think is the most worth practicing. Alright, so now let me show you what's going to happen as you're trying to make this abs 40 jump. You're going to do a wall jump instead. So if you try to do the jump as you're falling off and you're late, you'll do a wall jump instead.
Alright, so this is going to be a tutorial for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the Shura glitchless category, start to finish. This tutorial is aimed at players who are new to the game. So if you're looking for more advanced tutorials or specific strategies, then check the links in the description. I'm going to be making tutorials for each of the individual skips, bosses, everything like that over the next couple. I challenged Lil Aggie to a Sekiro randomizer race. The goal is simple: complete the Immortal Severance ending as fast as possible. To do this, over the quick yet. You're going to want to have that to run on one. Turn that on the advanced turned skip settings. Really a big automatically skip moving along. The jumping is just slightly faster than walking. It doesn't make a huge deal, but jumping, and especially the little kick that you do in the air, is going to make you go a little bit faster. As you come up to this wall here and you want to climb up it, it's a little bit slow to go straight up like this. So it's a little faster if you actually jump off this wall and you get that kind of forward momentum boost. All right, as we go through into the tutorial area here, the big goal is going to be to make it to the Moon View Tower over there, and try not to get shot along the way. Jumping's going to help. It's also faster. But what I'm going to recommend that you do at the very start here is hang a bit of a left before going straight to the tower. It's going to help with the aggro on that gunner right there. So let me go ahead and show it off. We're going to hang a bit of a left here, and then we're going to go straight at the tower like this.
अरे यार तो मरेगा इस बार टाइमिंग परफेक्ट करनी पड़ेगी. Na 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 na. So speedrunner. Okay, load successfully. Let's try again. गार्ड मरानी होती है. अरे पीछे से टुकना है. te crees seguro, maybe.
If you that item, we really want the guys in front not touching sugar. It's going to be stuck here right before you can just power. I'm actually going to pause here for a second. So I'm going to, right as I pass by this flag right here, I jump. That makes sure they don't see me. And then as we come up to the ogre, you're going to do a little crouch and you're going to sneak up right next to him and then kind of turn to face him. If you're facing at the fence, it's probably not going to give you the death blow, but you're going to crouch in, get really close, and then face towards him to do the death blow. So you crouch in, go really close, face towards him like this, and then it'll let you do the death blow. All right, here as we do the ogre, we're going to start with a stab, and then 1, 2, 3. Dodge around behind him, keep hitting him, and try to stay behind him as much as you can. So try to kind of move yourself around. Whenever he does something, just dodge his attack. So if he's about to face you, just stop attacking, dodge what he does. As you get more and more comfortable, you'll be able to figure out when he is and isn't going to attack, and you'll be able to get a few more attacks in. But for the moment, just attack when you can, and if he's facing you, then dodge his attack.